What if you are having the time of your life, but the people around you aren't? What then? Well, you could feel guilty about it. You might feel bad and sympathize and commiserate and feel sorry for the people who aren't having fun. And you don't have to be or feel any of that. You don't have to. You don't have to stop having fun in life just because other people aren't having as much fun as you are. You don't have to justify or explain your fun to other people either. You don't have to. You don't have to. The first time you get this and really get it, you will be amazed by how stupidly simple it is. It will blow your mind. You can have fun and enjoy a good life without being a psychopath or whatever else you think is wrong with having guilt-free fun. You don't have to get rid of unfun things in order to have fun either. You can't get rid of them anyway. You are not here to fix things or rescue people. Fixing things and rescuing people might happen to be a part of your experience, but doing these things is not your purpose or even your responsibility. Everything exists in infinite abundance. Things that are fun and things that are not so fun. Problems and solutions to those problems. The more things you fix, the more things to fix you attract. There is no end to fixing things once you get started. The same is true of fun. There is no end to fun once you get started. You are naturally fun-loving. You love to laugh and play. You can focus on the fun if you like. Follow the fun. That's it. When you are having fun, it isn't that the unfun stuff ceases to exist. It's just that you aren't paying attention to it. Diseases and wars do not cease to exist just because you happen to be newly in love. Same is true of the reverse. When you're not having such a fun time, it isn't that fun things aren't there for you to enjoy. It's that you are not noticing and enjoying them for reasons that you've decided are adequate justification. Fun is about focus, where you focus your attention. Fun is yours to have. Fun is always there for you because you are a fun haver. You are a haver of fun. You don't have to apologize for having fun. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to apologize for enjoying your life. You don't have to apologize for not having fun and not enjoying your life either. There will always be people who judge and criticize your choices. Those who allege that you do not deserve the good things in your life and accuse you of claiming more than your fair share. Leave that to them. You do not have to join them on that level of thought and emotion because you could be a perfect saint and you would still have your critics. For every single person you consider saintly and beyond reproach, I guarantee you there is someone out there who is not a fan and who might even be a vocal critic who demonizes and villainizes that very same human being you admire. So long story short, as far as you can, just forget about pleasing people. Or better said, notice the people who are pleased, especially if it happens to be you, and forget the rest. Pleasing other people is unnecessary. Not wrong, just unnecessary. People are fickle. Spirit, on the other hand, is steady and eternal. And alignment with spirit is an option that is always there for you to choose. The less of a people pleaser you are, the more you are in your power. This does not mean you enjoy yourself at other people's expense or that you go out of your way to inflict pain upon others, even if that's how some people may view you. The point is that you do not need other people's approval or permission to enjoy your life. Besides, not everyone is judging you critically, and even if they do, that's their freedom. As the saying goes, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Notice the people who do appreciate you for who you are and make it a priority to appreciate yourself, even if it seems as if no one else does. When other people's criticisms of you get to you and disturb your sense of peace, what's really happening is that you are being critical of their criticism and using their criticism of you as the subject of your negative attention, your negative energy, which is totally understandable and even logical and justified, but it is not necessary. It is not inevitable. It is completely optional. Some people simply aren't bothered by criticism, even if they are told outright that they ought to be ashamed of themselves and so on. Incidentally, and this is important, when you observe people as quote unquote not having fun, or as quote unquote not experiencing as much joy as you would prefer for them to experience, and you feel heavy emotions like pity or disappointment or injustice or even disdain, you are aligning yourself with something other than fun. As with all things, that is not wrong, just unnecessary. What people pleasers tend to do is to make their own happiness conditional upon the happiness of others. They also tend to feel guilty when life actually cuts them a break because they're not used to taking it easy without having earned it. Once again, for the avoidance of doubt and because repetition helps, you don't have to justify or explain why you deserve good things. You don't have to justify your happiness. There is no end to the justifications and explanations once you go down that route anyway. You are allowed to have fun just because. Your happiness is not earned. Happiness is your natural state. When good things happen, just receive it with thanks. Smile, laugh, and enjoy. You don't have to explain it. Your joy is enough. Just like how a really good joke doesn't need explaining. You just laugh and enjoy yourself because you get it. It's always better when you get the joke immediately than when someone else explains it to you afterwards because you didn't get it, right? If you are having trouble releasing the feeling of guilt for the good things in your life, what I lovingly suggest, lovingly invite you to quote unquote do, is to start being nicer to yourself. Think of someone you love, someone you find easy to love, easy to appreciate and admire without feeling guilty or envious. Just someone you love, someone whose smile lifts you up, someone whose voice you love hearing, someone whose success and happiness you get a thrill out of witnessing. You just love to see them thrive and you are amazed by everything that they do. It doesn't even have to be a real person or a person you actually know. It might be your favorite comedian or celebrity, a fictional character even. It doesn't even have to be a human. Maybe it's your pet dog or cat, an animal friend, or a potted plant, a pet rock. Doesn't matter who it is. What matters is the way you feel about them. When you love someone, when you just adore them to bits, everything they do seems amazing, doesn't it? Every little thing. Here's the thing. The way you feel about the ones you adore, that's the way someone feels about you. So talk to yourself and treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love. If someone you love told you they were feeling bad or feeling guilty because they didn't feel deserving of the good things in their lives, what would you say to them? You wouldn't say, yeah, well, you totally should feel guilty and you totally don't deserve what you have, would you? You might validate their feelings lovingly, hold space for them to vent their feelings, but eventually you would encourage them to see themselves the way you see them, as totally deserving and lovable, wouldn't you? Remember, this is someone you love that we're talking about. If you feel the desire to bring someone down a notch or two by kicking them when they're down, you are not being loving. You are being cynical. If you feel the desire to strip someone of good things as punishment or payback, you are not being loving. Being cynical and vengeful isn't wrong. It just isn't particularly loving. And you know the difference between being on the receiving end of loving kindness and being on the receiving end of cynicism and sarcasm. You know the difference and you know what you prefer. When you love someone, you want to see them thrive. You want to see them well, but you don't need them to be other than what they are in order for you to be happy. You see them as they are and you cheer them on. You encourage them. You root for their success. Your inner being, your higher self, spirit self, God self, higher consciousness, infinite intelligence, the universe, whatever you want to call it, sees you and appreciates you just the way you are and is witnessing the unfolding of your life with great interest and appreciation. Your inner being is thankful for your existence, and you align with that loving energy simply by being thankful and joyful yourself. Just be thankful. To be thankful and happy and to smile and laugh with genuine ease and joy is enough. That's all it takes to put you on the same frequency of vibration as your highest, most fully realized self. What are you thankful for? Who are you thankful for? In any given moment in time, there are a zillion things to love and appreciate and enjoy and feel in awe about. And you get to choose. You get to find something to be thankful for. You get to exercise your imagination. And the funny thing is, just by tuning into the frequency of loving appreciation for a couple of moments each day, you plant the seeds for things that will amaze and delight you when you realize them. Manifestations, the specifics of which you haven't even contemplated yet. When it pops into your reality, though, you will know you manifested it because it will be a perfect match to the way you felt all of those times when you have felt thankful. Thankful for life, thankful for existence, thankful for all things, great and small. You might even find yourself feeling thankful for things and people that once drove you nuts. Not because you want to relive the ordeal they put you through, but because all of that led you here to the present moment where you are loving life and you are knowing that you wouldn't change a thing.